This topic is actually something that our girl Max, hi Max, Uy, suggested, and it resonated with me. So the question is, who are we without our titles or roles in life? Lalo na ngayong season ng buhay natin na ang dami na nating titles. Kumbaga, we're in our 40s. Ang dami nang dumaan na titles. Marahil yung iba nga na i-park na natin. We've evolved. And yet, ang daming dumarating. We're called multi-hyphenate. Tama ba yun? Yes! Oh, sino siya? Isa sa mga bagay na naisip ko, isang kwento ko. Naalala ko when I was starting, as in my first project, which was a shampoo commercial, a Pantene commercial. So there were two of us. Si Kylene Campos. Hi, Kylene! She was with a parang bouncy. Ako yung sa smooth and silky. In her ad, it was her name, and then student and I think football player. I don't remember. Basta there was something like athlete. And then for me, they were asking me, anong ilalagay namin apart from being a student? And mind you, I wasn't even proud to be a student because I was not doing so well as a student. So parang ako yung a reading enthusiast, book enthusiast, kasi ang hilig ko magbasa talaga ng libro nun eh. Narratives. Kasi nga escapist. And then, sabi ko, hindi ko naman matawag sarili kong dancer, mahilig lang akong sumayaw. Ano ako? Yung as in talagang I had this moment na, I'm nothing. I'm not good at anything. Ganon. Sinabi ko as a drama queen. 'Di ba? Sinabi ko dun sa ex ko, oo. And then now, in this season of our lives, ang daming tawag. Mother, actress, host, dancer, kuning. Embrace ko na si dancer. Kahit hindi lagi, pero nandyan siya, part siya. And then, She Talks Asia co-founder, president of Aktor. Ang daming titles. Wife, wife, sister, friend. I feel like we are labeled so many things, woman. But who are we without those titles? And how will we feel if all of these things are taken away from us?
While you were sharing, I realized also that this obsession with titles, maybe it got amplified also in the social media era.
For sure.
Right?
Bio!
Yes, exactly. That's what I kept thinking about. Kasi ikaw, you had that moment because you needed it for an ad, right? But can you imagine, we live at the time where your social media profile is it's like your ad, right? It's how you're
It's your calling
promoting
card.
yourself to the world.
Wait, for the Gen Z, what is a calling card? Miss
Oh,
alam mo, calling card.
Meron na ata.
Meron pa,
Sa
pero
bangko,
hindi na
sa mga
siya.
ganyan.
Pero virtual na.
I had a She Talks Asia calling card.
Ayun, nasa na yun?
Meron
Ganda
pa
yun.
rin, but like, hindi siya concept na alam ng younger generation. So, a calling card is...
A calling card is basically a card that contains your details, your name, your email, wala pang ang email dati, your phone number. So basically a way to contact you, which is now done through DMs. Ang dami yung totoo ba? Sorry. Don't judge.
Oo nga. No, and parang there was a time also that everybody wanted to be a CEO, for example.
I think until now.
Okay, yes.
Time is until now.
Right. But or everybody wanted to be a creative director.
Content creator.
Right, at a very young age. And while there's nothing wrong about being a young overachiever, sometimes
Refer to episode 3.
yes. But sometimes I think what happens is the reason why we do that, right, is because we're pursuing the title too much because nga we need to be able to put something on our bios exactly how you felt when you were younger. Except that this one, everybody now experiences it.
Diba?
Yeah. How hard, yeah.
Everyone's in the public eye now.
Right.
Ano ba sabihin ko dito? I do have a story. I have several stories that come to mind, but the first one I want to share is that maybe a few years back, I came to face this very question in a real way because, and Lynn knows this, I applied for an award. Something, a title that I wanted to get that required me to put together like a summary, a table of contents, a proof of like what I've done in life. And that's the first time I had to do that. Like a portfolio of the work that I've done. And like researching, kasi you don't remember the details na eh. Lalo na ang hirap maghanap ng photos from like the early 2000s, diba? All these things. So putting that together, I submitted it. I didn't get it. The next year I submitted, tried to make it as good as I can, and I didn't get it. And then the first time I didn't get it, I knew that I wanted to try again. I did feel bad, but at the same time, it was more a reflective work na, baka kasi the portfolio that I put together, parang it wasn't made the right way, or baka hindi ko lang oras, baka hindi ako yung hinahanap. Kasi sometimes, di ba, even with jobs, it's not that you're not good enough, it's that you don't fit the thing they're looking for. And then the second time that I didn't get it, what I realized after much reflection, inisip ko kasi, this is something I've wanted since I was in my 20s. Parang minanifest ko siya nung 20s ako. And in my heart, I was so sure that like God planted that dream for a reason. Although when I didn't get it the second time, I didn't feel as bad as I thought I'd feel, because the work of putting together the work that I've done was already like, wow! Ito na yung nagawa ko sa buhay ko, and that's
Correct.
good enough for me. Very physical manifestation of, yes, I wanted the title, but at the same time, I realized na I'm happy that I have done this, and the title would have just been like a cherry on top.
Icing on the
Yeah.
cake. Yeah. And I think it's more that, right? So maybe because of that title, that became like a goal, a North Star of sorts.
Yes.
Not the main one, but I mean, kasi
One of,
eventually,
yeah.
one of the, diba? The bright stars in your life, direction. Because of that, you were doing all these things. You kept yourself motivated and focused. So it's great to have
And honestly, what that made me realize also is, even without that, I'd still be doing what I do. Which is
yan.
honestly the
The
greater
truth.
reward. Yeah.
Because you are hardwired to be productive, V.
Encoded.
Uh-uh.
Ika nga ni
Encoded,
Oprah.
oo.
Encoded.
Encoded.
Hi, I'm Lynn. I think the hardest would be the educator title. And the reason why is because I really worked hard to earn that. When I put up Manomiga, I didn't have any background in education. And now, parang I'm recognized as an expert. So everything that I accomplished in the field was really because, I did my time in terms of studying all the education innovations, piloting it, etc. I think why this topic also resonated with me is because when I was younger, it was a time wherein there weren't many social entrepreneurs. Baliktad tayo, I was actually getting all the awards, no, that I would apply for. But it came to a point nga na wait lang, parang nagiging basehan na to ng self-worth ko. Na, kasi every year may award eh. So then, you start getting addicted to that feeling of being applauded and recognized for your work. So, I will share later how I managed to unlearn that. But I think now that I'm in my 40s, it's really has become a big part of my identity that I can, I can comment on education issues, especially now na ang dami nating issues in education in the country. So yes, I think that would be really the most difficult for me, or most challenging for me to not be so attached to.
I'm Bianca, and the role that I love the most, naturally, and speaking of Instagram bio, because the first line under my Instagram bio is Life with JC, Lucia, and Carmen. So I guess that's the role that I love the most, being like part of our quartet. The role, though, that I think I will have trouble letting go of, and I honestly don't see myself like letting go of it even as I grow older, I guess is storyteller. It's such an overused term now, but I remember it was my bio naman on Twitter. O see, yung pressure talaga. Yeah, many years ago, like a decade
tama.
ago.
I am super Bianca storyteller nga.
Yes. I was trying to think of the common thread between all the different things that I do for work, and that was it. I say that I have a hard time letting go of that because all the work that I do under that title is what gives me so much purpose and drive. So parang feeling ko, whether I be working in front of the camera or behind the camera, that is still such a huge part of like my DNA na mahihirapan akong to let go of it.
Thank you for your wonderful answers.
And you? I'm curious
And
about your answer.
my name is Iza, at gaya ni B, siguro sa personal kong buhay, the hardest title to be detached from is mother. Sige, sama ko na yung wife. Parang lagi na lang parang napipilitan, di ba? Parang yung sa post ko, nakita ko yung nag-comment kayong, Dea, and Ben. Joke. It's just a joke now. But obviously, yung family. So, trio pa lang kami for now. But it's really the one I'm so grateful for and has grounded me and has really shaped me into a better version of myself or is helping me kasi ongoing naman. But professionally, actress. Oo. Lalo na ngayon, actually, mas pa ngayong season ng buhay ko kasi feeling ko dati, I was really just this person na dinadala kung saan dinadala ng buhay kasi I was bound by a contract. I was given this show. It's like yes to all these projects. Now it's more intentional. Like I know who I am more and I know what I want to do more. So parang mas may spine ako bilang isang artist. So I guess beyond actress, performer. Or alam mo yun, yung talagang mahirap siya para tanggalin. At saka ni-envision ko talaga na, at gusto ko sana talaga na hanggang pagtanda ko, umaarte pa rin ako. Hindi lang sa bahay kasi ang arte ko. Pero yung hanggang sa aking pagtanda ay sana meron pang mga role na pwedeng gampanan na may, alam mo yun, na maisabuhay ko. Storyteller din in a different way. Nagbibigay buhay dun sa storya, sa mga karakter. I hope I'm able to do that. Pero paano nga? What if we can't anymore? What do you think will happen to us?
You wanna share your story, Nalin, about,
ikaw
About
muna.
how to unlearn it. So my work, which is it's very admirable, right? Because nga it's giving back, uplifting low-income communities, changing lives through education, that it began to consume me. As in, like, I would miss birthday parties, I wouldn't come home on weekends to see my parents because I was volunteering, I would be flying out all the time to attend these conferences. I don't remember the exact circumstance that brought it on, but my mom spoke to me one afternoon and said, "Your work is not your worth." And she kept telling me, nothing can replace the moments you spend with your family, right? And that's when I realized, oh shoot, oo nga no, parang I was achieving all these things, but I was failing in terms of how I was showing up for my family. And yun yung naging wake-up call ko. So I think that's when it started na nagkaroon ako ng, I feel happy when I receive an award now. But now I can also zoom out and say, okay, like what you said, it's a bonus. But really at the end of the day, it doesn't make me a better person just because I got that award.
For sure.
Parang I think I'm happier because I was here when my mom was in the hospital and I was there for her and I could spend time with her and my family during that time. So, yun yung sa akin. Kasi, yun nga sa akin dahil wala naman kaming anak, 'di ba? Mas marami akong time in the sense to be able to allot it for work and other, I guess, pursuits. So me, the conscious return to spend it with family was a big thing. I would say, however, also that I've heard some people naman, and maybe you guys can comment on this, na ginawa nilang buong identity yung pagiging mother, which is on one hand good, but at the same time, nagkaroon rin ng mga bata na nagkaroon sila ng resentment, parang nagkaroon naman ng difficult relationship with their parents kasi feeling naman nila, yung mommy nila, they cannot disappoint, parang they're living the lives and the dreams of their parents.
May ganon. Parang ibinibigay ko sa'yo yung buong buhay ko. Kailangan ang kapalit nito. Oo, parang
gawin mo yung mga
gawin
hindi
mo
ko
yung mga-
nagawa,
oo.
parang ganyan.
Or parang my younger brother Zed, who's 23 now, when Dea was born, sabi niya, sana magkaroon siya ng kapatid kasi baka mahirapan ka kapag one day she breaks your heart or she moves forward in life kasi parang you're giving her so much. And then I caught myself like, that's right, maybe, I need to leave some space for myself to still have my identity, and also for her also not to feel so too attached. Because just secure attachment is enough, I think. So yes, may point yun na when our world revolves around our children too much, we can lose ourselves also in that title. While of course that's a very huge responsibility. I think it's also our responsibility to make sure we still have our own thing,
You let them also be their own
be their own
person.
person, yeah. And us still be ourselves, like find something that you love. But it's hard, ang dami doon yun yung projected ano. I mean ako, I felt growing up na parang ikaw naman talaga yung gustong gumawa nito eh. Do you guys remember the movie Joy Luck Club?
Yes.
Did you watch that? Remember was it the chess player or something?
Yes, Kimberly.
That role. And I remember I had that moment with my mom na parang, it's not for me, it's for you. And I feel like Dea might say that to me one day.
Gosh, bilog ang mundo. Paano?
Diba? Parang, I'm trying to be more conscious of that. But that's just on the mother aspect. On the actress aspect, I'll just share na, actually, syempre, dream ko, gaya mo, medyo maaga akong nabigyan ng papuri sa industriya natin. Actually, too much too soon, sa totoo lang. For me ha. So, syempre, kaka-award ka na sa Pilipinas. Ang big dream ko na talaga was to get an award outside of the Philippines. Kasi parang, naka-receive ka na dito eh. And I remember, I finally got recognition in 2017 for the movie Bliss. And this was in Osaka. And I remember coming home, feeling, and then, parang some people were greeting me, like, congrats po, ganyan. And then I remember feeling, and anong nangyari? Anong nag-iba? Tapos, coincidentally, that's when She Talks Asia started. And I was starting to see the promos for Mano Amiga. I thought was a clothing brand for every
Girl Can.
Every Girl Can. And I'm like, why am I not a part of this? Because I was seeing the names. I think I saw your name, Ate Pia's name, Karen Davila's name. And then I saw Sarah, Vicky. I didn't know who you were then, Pab, at that time. And I'm like, why am I not here? And then that's when I started to question the choices that I was making. And I understood that it's because you haven't been using your platform in the way you should be using it. And then now, I'm also questioning myself, am I using this whole purpose thing too much, 'di ba? Yung parang, kasi ang daming speech engagements lately na nababaliw na ako. Parang, thank you po sa manager ko sa laging paggabay sa mga speech ko. Hi, Noel Ferrer. Buti na lang, former English professor sa Ateneo ang aking manager. Pero 'di ba, kahit na may tumutulong sa'yo, ang dami nun na nagmumula pa rin sa akin. And hindi naman po ako speechwriter. Hindi na. But I have thoughts and gusto ko din sabihin na, guys, pwede bang mag-pause muna tayo dito sa mga responsibilidad na the hats that we're wearing and taking on? Because it's a lot. And I kind of want to strip myself of certain roles actually sometimes at gusto ko na lang mamundok. Parang parang ang dami kasi na sa totoo lang kasi hindi ako wired to take on as many hats, I feel. Kasi kanya-kanyang bandwidth at yun talaga yung naniniwala ako dito. Kasi hindi siya self-worth eh. Hindi yung parang that person is better than me or I'm better than that person. Iba-iba lang talaga tayo ng wiring. Feeling ko, tanggap ko din na baka hindi ako wired to take on as many things or pwede talagang stretching season ko to. So I'm self-aware enough to know na kaya ko pa ba to? What if magtanggal ako ng isang hat? Panahon na ba? Kasi nga, maybe we don't have to do it all at the same time and be it all at the same time.
And I really think that's when our titles get the best of us. And it's not necessarily self-worth. Like, I think I know what you're talking about. Before, I also used to say yes to all the speaking engagements. Especially pag schools. Walang bayad yun, di ba? But these are things I wanted my younger self to hear. So, dapat mag-yes ako to all, right? But then I realized, wait lang, baka naman I'm saying yes to that so much that it's already compromising yung dapat ko talagang gawin or yun nga, spending time with my family. So I do think that sometimes it becomes idolatry. In the Catholic faith, diba, may konsepto na sometimes there are things in our lives that become parang our false gods.
Yes.
And I realized that it's so easy for our achievements to be our false gods, especially pag may nakadikit na purpose.
Correct.
Kaya nga minsan baka yung family mo, yun yung idols mo right?
Meron din nun.
Correct, 'di ba?
Totoo, yung anak mo,
Oo.
nilalagay mo masyado sa pedestal.
Yeah. So, siguro yun yung kailangan natin na pag-isipan din. Like, and to see, di ba, kung dun na naka-anchor, yun nga not just your self-worth, di ba? Pero,
Pagkatao mo.
yes, your entire being.
Mm-mm.
Then, maybe it's time to pause and say, wait.
Tama pa ba to?
Correct.
I have
Bagong podcast.
Ah,
Tama pa ba to?
I have a different perspective naman on this topic, and it's based on the other story that I wanted to share, which was over a decade ago, 2014, when I just got engaged with my now husband, JC. In the Catholic wedding, kasi you have to go to a pre-Cana, which is like a seminar that you go through with your partner to talk about issues that you need to talk about, to know expectations in marriage, ganyan. And then after that pre-Cana, I do remember that I had it's still very clear in my head na there was a question that came in my head, which was, at that time kasi when I was engaged to my husband, he was a star player on his PBA team. He had a high sweldo every month. He had a fancy car. Every time kung saan kami magpapunta, magpapicture sa kanya lahat ng mga tao. May ganon. And I remember thinking to myself, if he wasn't all that, if he wasn't a star player, if he didn't have this salary, if he didn't have a fancy car, would he still be the type of person I would want to spend the rest of my life with? And when I came to the answer na, yes, he's an innately kind person, was brought up well, is aligned with values, the question then became, for me, he's also marrying me with like a lot of preconceived notions. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, he is the type of person that you want to marry without all his titles. But am I the type of person that he would still want to be with if I wasn't this and that and all this? So I remember thinking I want to work to be the kind of person that is a good person, that will still be a good partner in this marriage, even if I'm stripped away of all the fancy schmancy things. So, with this topic, parang yun ang pumasok sa isip ko na parang I think that who we are without the titles requires a lot of self-work, inner work. And parang at the end of the day, are you the type of person that you like?
Yes.
Are you the type of person that's a good human being? Is really like what will matter the most.
I love that you said that because we will go through different seasons, right? I mean, obviously, hopefully until forever you're a working actress. I'm still in the education space. You're still a storyteller. But the truth is, no matter what season, I think what really defines us is our character. This is also what will be our North Star, right? Like parang the values that we hold on to. I just want to share that I was part of this leadership program under the Obama Foundation. And I really thought yung mga pag-uusapan namin were time management, how to conflict negotiation. Zero. The Obamas shared about their relationship and how they're able to, stay happy in their marriage. They talked about what your values are. As in, meron kaming exercise na we had to list down all our values. Because they keep saying na, in every decision in life, it's really your values that will carry you through. And I think that's maybe now what, as you said, what I really want to focus on. Because as you get older also nga, you realize, shucks, hindi na tayo 20s na. We cannot hide behind our youth to do foolish things, right? Although,
nagkatinginan po sila.
Level up!
Hindi ibig sabihin na hindi na kami foolish, right? Hindi. But you
We're
get
doing
it.
our best.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, we have to be more aware.
But the inner work, I think kasi we're now aware of where our self-worth should be, but it's now working on the character and the values to make sure we actually act with integrity.
Woo!
With all that said, I do want to say that if you are listening to this in your teens, in your 20s, maybe even 30s, it's okay to chase these things because it's
Yes.
part of the joy of life. It's part of the journey. But I guess eventually one day, you really have to face the question, who are you without all those titles?
Yeah. So, ang ganda because dinala nyo na yung usapan kung saan ko talaga siya gusto pinakadalhin. And one of the things that I loved about the topic is stripped off everything. We are human beings. 'Di ba? At the very core of it, actually tanggalin mo pa itong body natin. Tanggalin mo pa You are that energy. You are light. That's why it's good to do the inner work. Because one day talaga, even the roles that we don't want to let go of, wife, mother, all these things, the most precious to us, even actress, it will all fade. It will all go. Because one day, we will also leave this earth. 'Di ba? So, last night or the other night, I saw the post of our dear friend, Jody Santa Maria. I love you, my love. Parang it was about, you arrive into this world with or as nothing, and you leave with or as nothing. From dust to dust, 'di ba?
Yeah.
And then, I think part of her caption is like, what we will remember is really the energy or the light, the love that we carry. And so, I'm a believer in that. What stays is really the goodness, the energy, or even the negative, the bad. Diba? Yung parang how you make people feel. That's what stays. Because like my dad, my mother, but more my dad because I lost him at 29 so mas naaalala ko pa yung energy niya. At talagang his energy was so big and warm. And for all of his mistakes and pagka-human niya, what I remember is the good. What I remember, and that's what people also remember of him. They always say, your dad was so kind and warm and loving. Like all these things. And I'm like, that's really what matters. So stripped of everything, as you already touched on, just be a good human being. Good as possible. So who are we without the titles? We're just that energy. Let's also recognize this energy, and without the titles, we are one. Napakalalim na po ng pinuntahan na tayo. Pero stripped off of our titles, we're actually just one whole unit. For me, pupunta na ako dun sa mga
Planet Earth, you are a crew. Oh, did you see that? The
Planeteers?
Artemis. The Artemis astronauts.
Okay,
That was her takeaway. Yes.
The Artemis fan.
Yes.
Captain Planet, the Planeteers. Ano yun? Nandun ako. Mayroon yun talaga ako, yung stripped off of everything. Yun ako.
And can I just share finally that I think the talk with my mom, right, it started nga na okay, you have to unlearn or you have to detach your worth from the awards, but actually what really became my North Star is also my faith, because I do run a Catholic organization, so obviously I am Catholic, and I realized that when I was younger, I was so proud of the social mission, which is nga kasi yun yung, di ba, parang din yung nakakatuwa na, oy, look, you're changing someone's lives. But then, now it's really, wait lang, that's not the only mission that this does. There's also the apostolic part, which is, you're introducing them to love. You're introducing them to God's unconditional love. And I guess maybe, like what you were sharing earlier, if only we could always remind ourselves, even without the faith part, if we could only be the face of unconditional love for as many people as we can, then really I think that's gonna be humanity at its best.
And as Mama Mary, I say, Amen.